Hello my dear students, now we are going to start with the third chapter of EVS 2. The name of the chapter is Life on Earth. So let's begin with the lecture. So students, in this chapter, it is a very small chapter. In this chapter we are going to cover these 3 points, that is the formation of the earth, that is how the earth was formed. And next we are going to see the beginning of life on the earth, on earth, which was the first thing, which was the first unicellular organism, present on the earth, that we are going to learn in this chapter. And next we are going to see the animal world on the earth, different types of animals, the characteristics of animals, we are going to see in this chapter. So dear students, our first topic is the formation of the earth. So my dear students, there are some questions we all wonder about. For example, you all may have some questions like, how did the earth on which we live come to be, or when did this happen? Or you all may have some questions like, was it always the way we see it today, or has the earth undergone some changes? And if it has changed, then what exactly are those changes? So there are some questions which are running through our mind. So my dear students, now we are going to find out the answer for those questions. So on the basis of scientific research, it is now believed that around 4.5 billion years ago, I'm stressing the word 4.5 billion years ago, an enormous cloud of very hot gases and dust, a cloud of hot gases and dust was spinning at a great speed. And it was formed in a space, and it was spinning in a circular motion with a great speed, and because of that speed it divided, it has divided into small planets, and because of that circular motion, because of that hot gases and dust spinning in a circular motion and with a great speed, it has divided into several portions, creating the sun and other planets. Due to that circular motion and spinning with a great speed, it has formed the earth, and also it has formed the sun and other planets. So dear students, the names of the planets which were formed around 4.5 billion years ago, the names are as follows. You all may have learned this in your EVS 1 subject. So the first one is Mercury, second is Venus, third is Earth, the fourth one is Mars, the fifth one is Jupiter, the sixth one is Saturn, seventh Uranus, and eighth Neptune. So these all, if this question is being asked in exam, that is, write the names of the planets in our solar system, then you all have to write these 8 names, but you all have to write in the proper order, which is the first planet, second planet, third planet. The order should not be misplaced. So these are the 8 planets which were formed at the time of that is about 4.5 billion years ago. Students, just now we saw the 8 planets which were formed about 4.5 billion years ago along with Earth. So now we are going to see the beginning of life on the planet Earth. My dear students, among those planets which we saw now, the Earth is the only planet where life is known to exist. So after the formation of Earth, it took about 80 crore years. It took about 80 crore years for the surface of the earth to cool down, because when the earth was formed, the temperature on the earth was very high, and because of that it was very hot, just like molten lava or hot lava, it was there on the earth, and therefore it took 80 crore years for the surface of the earth to cool down. And even for the water bodies to be formed, there were certain water bodies to be formed on the surface of the earth, but they were formed about 80 crore years after the cooling of the surface of the earth. So It is also believed that various kinds of unicellular organisms Okay, various unicellular organisms or the living things, they first appeared in water. Okay, and therefore they are known as protozoa. You all can see in the image how the protozoa used to look like. So these protozoa are the first unicellular organisms, okay, or the living things that first appeared in water, which was present in water, okay, as per the scientific research. Also, it is believed that the multicellular living things developed from the unicellular one. Means first the protozoa were developed, and from the protozoa the multicellular living things were developed. Dear students, the protozoa are so tiny that they cannot be seen with our naked eyes. Means with our original eyes, with our eyes we cannot see the protozoa directly. For that we need to use a microscope. Okay, the image of microscope I have placed on the screen. So you all can see with the help of that microscope we are able to see the protozoa, because they are very tiny, they are very small. Okay, and therefore we cannot see with our eyes. We need to use a microscope to see them. Okay, the image of unicellular organism and multicellular organism is also displayed on the screen. You all can see the unicellular organism in like the protozoa, okay, which is also known as amoeba. Okay, you all will learn this in your science subject. And the multicellular organism like man. So it is believed as per the scientific research that the first organism which was present in water on earth was a unicellular organism, and it is also believed that from the unicellular organism the multicellular organisms are developed. Students, our next topic is the animal world on the earth. We all know that the living world on the earth consists of both plants and animals. Okay, there are different varieties of plants, different varieties of animals found on the surface of the earth. So now we are going to learn the characteristics, various characteristics of animals. Dear students, here are the following characteristics of animals. The first characteristic is that the animals breathe. So my dear students, just like we human beings, okay, we do breathe. We inhale the oxygen, we exhale, okay. So in the similar manner, the animals also breathe, just like human beings. The second following characteristics of animal is that animals move in order to get food or for other purpose. Yes, because we know that human being as well as animals, plants, okay, the living beings, they live on food, they live on water. Okay, if that food and water is not available to the animals, okay, then what the animals will do, they will move from one place to another, they will migrate. The meaning of the word migration means what? To move from one place to another. So the animals will move from one place to another to get food. If you all go in inner part of Maharashtra, you all will come to know that there are certain cows, buffaloes, they are roaming here and there on the road. It is because they don't have proper food to eat, and in order to get a good food and water, they move from one place to another. Okay, so we human being also, we cannot live without food and water. We do require food and water. In a similar manner, the animals also want food and water. If they don't get the food and water, then they move from one place to another. Okay, they migrate. The third characteristics of animal is that the animals of some species, okay, they lay eggs, and the young ones are born out of eggs. Now the example is of hen. Okay, the hen lays eggs, and from the eggs, okay, the young ones, okay, of the hens come out. Okay, they give birth to the young one in the form of eggs. The another characteristics is given is that animals of some other species gives birth to their young ones. Yes, like cows, buffaloes, okay, elephant. So they are such type of animals which give birth to their young ones directly. They don't lay eggs. Just like hen, they don't lay the eggs, but they give birth to their young ones directly. Okay, so my dear students, here are the 3 characteristics of animals. I hope you all are clear with it. So dear students, we have finished with our third chapter of EVS 2. I hope you all are clear with this third chapter. It is very small and easy chapter. Okay, thank you so much.